In this video, we're going to talk about synchronizing data in batches and how you would configure the list to do that and why you would want to do that. So in a disconnected application, a user may have been disconnected for quite some time, and while they were disconnected, they would have made a large number of edits, and then when they get their connection back and they click the synchronize button to push all those edits back to the server, because there were a large number of edits, it's going to take the server a fair amount of time to process those edits. And while the server is processing the edits, the client is waiting for a response. There's a possibility that the client will time out because it takes too long for the server to send the response back. So in that case, you would want to send the updates to the server in batches, and also you'd want to give the user some feedback as to what progress has been made. So I'm going to go back now to this list control and configure it so that it synchronizes in batches. So I'll go back to the list now and go to detail view, and by default the batch size is set to 0. So for purposes of demonstration here, I'm going to set the batch size to 1. Now in a real application, you would obviously choose a batch size that is bigger than 1, perhaps 10 records at a time, or some reasonable number, but 1 record would be too small. And then I'm going to go here and configure the synchronization progress properties. I'm going to say that I would like to display a cancel button, which will allow the user to cancel after a certain number of batches have been sent. And then I can configure the label for the cancel button, the bubble help for the cancel button, the size of the cancel button, and then the actual width of the progress bar itself. And then I can specify where on the screen the progress bar should be displayed, and I've chosen placeholder number 2. So then the developer will put a placeholder, which is in the other control section here, placeholder, anywhere on the screen where they would like the progress bar to be displayed. So let's go ahead now and run this component, and I'm going to basically just go and make some random edits to several rows. So I'm going to go there and edit that row, that row, that row, and that row. And now, so I've made 4 edits right now. I have not yet synchronized any data. And then what I'm going to do is also turn on Firebug here so we can see the AJAX callbacks as they take place. So we'll go ahead now and press the synchronize button, and you can see the progress displayed as the data was synchronized 1 record at a time. And if I scroll down so you can see the AJAX callbacks here, you'll see that there were actually 4 AJAX callbacks that took place. So there's 1 AJAX callback for each batch that was sent back to the server, and in this case we had 4 records that were dirty, therefore, and our batch size was 1, so there were 4 AJAX callbacks. So going back now to the builder, we can see that when we configure a list to synchronize in batches, there are also several events that we can tap into. So I'm going to just go here and type in I'm looking for detail view events. Go here to events over there and type in BAT. So you can see that there's an event that fires before any batches are sent back, and then if the user cancels while data is being synchronized in batches, there's an event there. This is before the start of the batch. This is after all records in the batch have been synchronized. So these are the various client-side events that you can tap into when you turn on batch synchronization. Thanks very much for watching.